Hey, good morning, guys. It's Mr. Shear. This is a quick tutorial of your digital textbook and some of the features that you can use within your digital textbook. I just want to point out again, most of your digital textbook is an exact copy of your physical textbook, but there's some additional features within the digital textbook that make it handy if you choose to use that. So hopefully by this point you have logged in and created a permanent password, and that permanent password is what you will use now to log into your textbook. Again, you can get to the login screen through your Google Classroom. So you log in, and it's going to take you to a page that looks like this. You don't need to join a class, but you want to launch your book. So find the launch icon, click on that. Okay, what you're looking at now is basically the home screen for your digital textbook. To get into your physical textbook, you want to click on eBook, located in the top right corner of your screen. And this is your textbook. Currently you're on page 6 and 7. You can tell that by looking at the bottom middle of your screen, right here. If you want to jump to a page later in the year, if you want to go to page 653, you just type that in, hit enter, and it'll take you to those pages. A couple fun features about the book. This box right here allows you to see one page or two. This set of arrows right at the top of your screen allows you to focus in. We'll try that again. Focus in, focus out, and then you can play with the zoom and zoom in to see something specifically or zoom out. Few fun features within the book. There's an index, and an index is going to show you on what pages what concepts are mentioned. So we're going to start the year next week with ratios. So if I look at ratios, or I click R, and ratios are mentioned a ton in the book, but more than likely it starts talking about them on page 3. So if I click on that, it's going to take me right to page 3, which is the first time they talk about ratios in a book. Again, that was index. Click on the concept you want, starting by the first letter of the alphabet of that concept, and then you can click on that page and it'll take you there. The glossary is also handy. So if I click on glossary, if I don't remember what a ratio is, I can jump to R, look for ratio, and it's going to give me a definition. You can get that definition in English, or you can click on the Spanish definition as well. But the glossary is also handy. All right, and then standards. Everybody's favorite, right? Click on standards. This is everything. It is a nice overview of everything you are going to go through this year if we get through all the concepts. And last year we got through just about all the concepts, even with distance learning in the spring. But this is arranged by chapter. So you'll notice if you scroll down to the bottom here, there are 12 chapters in the book. Each chapter has 5 to 6 lessons. We won't always use the book. Sometimes we'll do assignments outside of the book just to reinforce concepts, but we will use the book for a lot of the lessons this year. If you want to know the written form of what the standards are, that's under View by Standard. And this is everything you're supposed to know written out in 6th grade math by the end of the year. It looks like a lot in September, but we'll get through it. We have a whole year. Again, that was standards. A couple other fun features you can play around with, and I recommend you play around with in this book. First off, I'm going to expand that. You might notice on every page is a little box, like in the top right corner here, a plus. That is to bookmark that page. So one of your first assignments will be around page 11. So I'm going to put in page 11. You do not have to do this assignment yet. And what you'll notice is that if you click on this little plus right here, it'll give you the option to bookmark this page. You can name it whatever you want, or it defaults to a name. Click add, and now this page is bookmarked so that if you want to go find it quickly, up in the top left corner of the book screen here where it says contents, you click on that, and this takes you to anything you've bookmarked under bookmarks. There's 3 tabs here. Click on bookmarks. If you want to unbookmark a page, click on it again and just hit delete. This drawing tool allows you to underline or create boxes around certain information. You can play around with that. This pen allows you to write on the page. You can make the pen thicker or thinner using the bar. I have a hard time writing with the digital pen, and we won't use that much, but it's nice to know it's there. So you can change your colors, you can change the thickness, and then if you don't like it, right up here where it says clear all, you can just clear it and it'll take away whatever you've written on the page. There's also a highlighting tool. So I click on that, and if I want to highlight something, I select what I want to highlight, and it'll let me choose the color to highlight it. Cool. And again, a lot of these features I don't know that you'll use often, but it's nice to know what they do and that they're there. This drop-down menu here, I showed you bookmarks. It also lets you, if you're on contents, jump to a page or jump to a concept quickly. I tend to just use the page numbers field at the bottom of the screen. Speaking of the bottom of your screen, there is a ton of icons down here that take you to different features of the book. So first one is a drawing tool. We won't use this much, but the Geometry Sketch Pad, it allows you, once you have a piece of paper and a pencil, all of these tools are to help you reinforce the concept of what the book is trying to teach. But you can click on this and it'll walk you through a short tutorial where it has you draw out, physically draw out a concept from the math book. This little paper icon takes you to additional worksheets. Sometimes we will do these worksheets as additional practice, but I will post these worksheets individually into Classroom. You'll never have to find these, but if you want additional work or you want additional math, that's what this little icon here does. Picture the house takes you to some basically tutorial videos. So I'm going to show you that again. If you click on the house, these are tutoring videos. So if I click on one, it's going to start a video.
Hello, I'm Mr. Adams, and we're going to be doing a real-world example on money. Mrs. Eakin recorded the amount of money collected from students for school sweatshirts. Each student ordered one sweat.
Okay. So again, this house icon is handy if you want additional examples or explanations. You click on that and it'll take you to a video tutor. This chapter check, I can't imagine any of you doing this, but if you want a self-check quiz, you click on the chapter check and it'll take you to a quiz over the concept that you've already learned, hoping that you nail it and that you've learned that concept. This little green icon here takes you to a manipulative screen. This is kind of a catch-all screen of different materials that they throw into each lesson. And again, typically it's manipulatives or some physical way for you to interact with the material digitally. This little chat icon takes you, it's another way to get to a tutor. It's typically the same videos from the house icon. And lastly, this ABC takes you to Spanish versions of the material. So that was a lot of information all at once. The big thing I can tell you is I would highly recommend that you just play around the book. Get in the book, go to the home screen, hit ebook. Your lesson, or your assignment I should say, that will be due is in Google Classroom, I've got a feedback form. I'd like you to fill that out, just letting me know if you're able to bookmark a page. Look at the form and do it in conjunction with playing around in the book. I just want you to know the features of your book. All right, guys, I hope you're all doing well. Good luck on your classroom, and I'll see you at our next meet.